Hello, everyone. This is Nathan Conover, Nexus Youth and Family Services. We are back at it again with another wellness workshop for this month. And today we're going to be looking at healthy sleep routines. So first, we're just going to take a look at sleep. What is it? All the things about it. Firstly, sleep is really underrated. As the slide says, sleep may be as important to health and well-being in general as nutrition and exercise. We know how important it is to eat healthy and to really make sure that we exercise our bodies to make sure that we, live a long and healthy life. And sleep is a really, really important part of that equation. So now, how much sleep do we need? Getting enough high quality, good sleep can affect how you feel both physically and mentally. So for adults, studies have shown essentially you need like 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night. That's consistently, not just like once a week. Like you should be getting that every night for like optimal health. The American Academy of Sleep Medicine, which I bet you didn't know existed until this moment, has recommended that children 6 to 12 should regularly sleep 9 to 12 hours, so even more sleep than adults need. And teenagers 13 to 18 should be sleep 8 to 10 hours, so much, much more sleep than the average teenager is getting. Sleep is important for our physiological functions, the way our body functions, the way that our memory works, and also our metabolism, how fast we're able to burn fat. Individuals have different needs for sleep and have different preferences for sleep patterns. So some people are early risers, some people are night owls. At the end of the day, we need solid, uninterrupted sleep every night. So it's the amount of sleep that you get in a night, but it's also the quality of your sleep. Both of these things are really important. As I said in the slide prior, but it's a really important point to make that I definitely don't want to gloss over, is that most kids and teens in America need more sleep than they are currently getting. Okay, so here's just a couple of little statistics for you. 6 out of 10 middle schoolers don't get enough sleep, so more than 50%. 7 out of 10 high schoolers don't get enough sleep, so well over 50%. And then children, 6 to 12, they usually need 9 to 12 hours. It's a lot more time than most of them are getting. And then, of course, teens, 8 to 10, which, when they're all hyped up on Monster and Red Bull, it's going to be a lot harder to fall asleep and get those 8 to 10 hours. And we'll talk a little bit about how to improve sleep hygiene in a little bit. Before talking about improving sleep hygiene, however, it's important to look at the factors that are causing these lower levels of sleep. Okay, so some of the common sleep disrupting activities would be working all the way until bedtime, not taking any kind of time to relax in the hour leading up to actually going to bed, or really doing any other activities in the bedroom. So working, eating, watching TV, those things. If you're doing it in the bedroom where you are supposed to sleep and feel relaxed, it's going to be a lot harder to turn off your brain. Using screens in bed or immediately before bedtime, the blue light from your phone or your computer is definitely going to make it harder for your brain to turn off. Staying in bed and worrying, our racing thoughts can sometimes be a factor, or just sleeping in an unrestful environment. So if it's too hot or too cold, or if it's too quiet or too noisy, an environment that's not conducive to peace is going to make it hard to sleep. Some more common sleep disrupting activities would be exercising within 1 hour of bedtime, the food and the drink that you consume before bedtime can definitely affect sleep. So drinking alcohol can lead to sleep disruption, or too many fluids where you have to go up and get to the bathroom, or eating a really large meal, or indulging in a midnight snack. Those things can disrupt sleep patterns. Varying your bedtime by more than an hour across the week. The general rule of thumb is to have your bedtime be the same every day, so that your body can get into a rhythm. Taking naps that are longer than 20 minutes during the day can definitely impact your sleep during the night. And then taking naps after dinner, especially, or with less than 3 hours to bedtime, it could be harder for your body to fall back asleep if it's already slept for a little bit. There are unfortunately a lot of issues that can arise from a lack of high quality sleep. So one could be diminished alertness throughout the day. So essentially it's just a cognitive impairment that could be a result, or even motor vehicle accidents. People nodding off behind the wheel happens unfortunately pretty frequently. It can also lead to poor social and work relationships with others. So it can really impair a person's ability to regulate emotionally, and that absolutely will impact your relationships with others if your mood is not able to be controlled. Low mood, so depressed feelings can set in, or big mood swings from one extreme to the other could definitely happen. So while lack of sleep is unlikely to be the sole cause of depressive symptoms, a lack of good sleep can definitely make it worse. So if you're already struggling with depressed symptoms, not getting enough sleep is definitely going to worsen the issue. There's also links to hypertension, high blood pressure, weight gain, diabetes, obesity, impaired immune function. So there's a lot of different health issues that can come up, all just because of a chronic lack of sleep. A lot of people think, sleep is just something that you're able to get over with coffee, or some other energy drink, but after a while, it takes its toll in a really wide variety of ways. Now, some of the benefits of getting high quality sleep would be, for one, lower healthcare costs, because you're not going to be dealing with all of the health issues that are described in the prior slide. Increased willpower and productivity for work and home life. A lot of people have an incorrect idea of, well, if I work till midnight, I'll be able to get more done than if I were to just, go to bed at a reasonable hour and then start the next day at, 9 a.m. But studies have actually shown that people who get better sleep are much more productive during the day, and actually are able to get more done than people who overwork. It's also just important to be able to model healthy behaviors for children and adolescents. So your kids are going to learn pretty much everything, how to live, from you. And so they're going to notice how your sleep habits are. And if they don't have a bedtime, or if they see that you are modeling these unhealthy sleeping behaviors, they're probably going to try to do the same. Now, the strategies for getting good sleep, everything that you guys have been waiting for. Here's a few tips for you in how to reverse your unhealthy sleep habits and establish some healthy new ones. First and foremost, it's going to be imperative that you change your mindset and how you think about sleep. So many of us tend to undervalue sleep and will easily trade it away for a few hours of being awake, because, as I said a couple slides ago, we have this idea that time spent being productive is just more valuable. So we might tell ourselves, oh, I'll just catch up on sleep over the weekend. But it's important that you treat sleep with the same importance as nutrition and exercise, because those are the three most important things for physical well-being. And as we know, our physical well-being definitely impacts our mental well-being. So we want you to think of sleep as the time for your mind and body to heal itself, because that's what it is. Shakespeare describes sleep as nature's soft nurse. When we sleep, our body rebuilds itself, and it's really amazing how much sleep helps rejuvenate our bodily systems. So some of us may need to address unrealistic expectations about sleep, and we'll want to avoid revenge bedtime procrastination, which is when people who don't have much control over their daytime life refuse to sleep early in order to regain some sense of freedom during the late night hours. Unfortunately, that's not going to be a healthy coping skill for what is going on in your life. If you feel like your life during the day is out of control, there's going to be other ways for you to be able to figure out how to cope with that rather than staying up all night so that you can do what you want to do. Here are some behavioral techniques, essentially ways that you can teach your body how to sleep better, essentially. So for your bedtime routine, it can be really helpful to do the same things before going to bed every single night. Go to bed or get up at the same time every day. So you want to get into a routine. So, if that means brushing your teeth 15 minutes before, washing your face, and then going to bed at the same time and waking up at the same time. It might be hard to get into that routine, but your body will definitely thank you for it. The second one would be sleep restriction, matching time spent in bed to amount of sleep needed. So that means not oversleeping, right? Because if we undersleep, our tendency is going to be to sleep in the next day if we have the time. But it's actually not going to be helpful for your body to do that. Your body is going to want to be in a rhythm, even if you didn't get that great of sleep the night before. Trying to just keep it the same exact amount of sleep every night, as much as you can. Sometimes it's not within your power, but as much as you can. There's also something called stimulus control. So you can use your bedroom only for sleeping or intimacy and going to bed only when sleepy. Get out of bed after 15 to 20 minutes of wakefulness. Okay, so not working in your bedroom, not eating in your bedroom or watching TV. You really got to leave your bedroom as a place where your body associates it simply with sleeping. And then relaxation. So progressive muscle relaxation is something we've talked about in other videos that we have filmed. So basically it's just tensing and then releasing muscles in order to help your body get to a relaxed state. And doing that can be a really helpful pre-bedtime routine to kind of make it a part of your bedtime routine. And then sometimes taking a warm bath before bed can also be helpful in really calming and relaxing your body. Changing your sleep habits can start to yield improved sleep within as little as a few days to a week. So, making these a full part of your routine in life may take a little bit longer, but you might actually notice the results within a few days. So it can be important in this process to identify what are the sleep disrupting activities in my life. And you can even go trial and error with some of the corrective actions to change these activities. And you can try to make specific plans for your corrective action and the trigger for employing it. As always, here are some resources for all of you guys who are seeking to improve your sleep habits. The first one is the Calm app, which is found in the App Store. certainly for iPhones, but I think also for Android. It's an app that has all these different guided exercises to be able to help you feel calm. And some of the exercises are focused on improving sleep. You could also try a sleep journal, which there's a link right here on the slide to be able to go and buy your own sleep journal, or you could, create your own from a piece of paper or from a journal that you own, where you can just kind of write, what time you went to bed, what time you woke up, the quality of your sleep, and so that you can kind of start to notice, oh, okay, is my sleep getting worse? Is it getting better? What are the things I'm doing before, doing after, and how is that affecting it? Having it in writing can help you correct the things that might be going wrong. Sleep is Your Superpower is the name of a TED Talk by Matt Walker, where he kind of talks about really the value of sleep and how amazing sleep is for all of your bodily systems. So I would definitely check that out. It's a pretty quick watch. And then sleep in middle and high school students. It's an article from the CDC that talks about how important sleep is for middle and high school students in particular, and how lack of sleep is negative, and how healthy sleep is so positive for that population. Thank you very much for watching. This information was curated by our very own James Rogers, MFT trainee. I'm Nathan Conover, the presenter for today. The contact phone number for our agency is listed on that slide. If you want to reach out to us for any other resources that you might be seeking. Hope you guys subscribe to the channel and like this video, and hopefully you guys will watch the next one. Thank you very much.